Kaboom. Well, I went to Ace this time because Ace was closer than any other hardware store, and I was lucky enough to find these little screws. And here's the actual screw I'm going to use. See, it took me a while to find this because it's a machine threaded, and I think it was metric. And see, it's actually got a little washer in there too, okay? And so I'm going to use this on the end of that. That's all I'm going to do. Let's see if I can't get this resituated. Okay. Let's see here. And I'm going to hold that. I'm going to put it on the end there, like that. And I've got to get my pliers, my classon, my crescent wrench. Here's my little baby crescent wrench, also known as a spanner wrench. Okay, you can hold that on there. I'm going to tighten this. I'm going to tighten this up onto there until it's tight, snug as a bug in a rug. Now, granted, okay, that's how that one's going to look. It's all nicely secured now, unlike how it was before, how it was loose. And yes, it doesn't have a cap on it, right? It doesn't have a finished cap like that. We're going to actually take that one, we're going to change it over there. But this is right up against the wall. That'll suffice. And so now, this one up here, what am I going to do with that? I'm gonna look at that, remember how that goes, because the screw I want facing down. So then I know that's gonna go like that. Let's see, like that. This is gonna go there, right? And then I'm gonna put my screw in there. Jeez, I'm not left-handed. And I'm gonna take my cap. The cap's going to just screw on, see? Like that. And I can take my Phillips screwdriver, crank down on that, like that. There you go. Might as well check that since I have it down. That sometimes different ones have different ways to keep everything tight. If your body's ever loose, could be something as simple as taking it off and tightening up that screw there. Okay, so now I can put that back on, can't I? Okay, so let's go ahead and I've got to slide that on there like that. Okay. Now I can put that on there. Make sure you get it up tight, because it definitely has to fit up here over a slot, and then it pushes down. You want to make sure that's pushed down where it was before. And now I can take my little screwdriver and tighten this up. Try to get it as snug as you can. Like that. I'm going to feel on there. One more little bit. And that's it. Voila. Look at that. Fixed. Can you see how that is looking a lot better? And it's nice and tight. See this here? How loose this is? That's because that screw, this one's not fixed yet. I still have to fix that, don't I? Got screws in there. If I wiggle this enough, I can probably get this right off. It's really not good, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that one as well, the same way. Okay. Now, if you have a set screw that's up at the very top, and that tells you somebody put it in backwards, because you want the set screws down at the bottom always. Okay? Wiggle that, pop it off, and look at that. There's the screw. But see, somebody went ahead and they put the screw in this way, like that, just to hold this together, see? But it was loose. That's why you could see the screw from the end from before. Okay. They just did that to make it work. They didn't know what else to do. It's going to end up being like that with the screw this way. With that piece of trim, we're going to take that trim off, the little end cap. See if you can see that. Yes, you can. Get you resituated here. Just going to undo that screw. See, that screw's loose now. Now all I have to do is take that off. I can leave that right like that. The screw's there, like that. Very simple Simon. Okay, got that on there. Making sure you can see this. Got it tight a little bit. Take that, crank that baby down, and put it back on. This might be a good time to make sure your wall screws are good, because sometimes this here could be loose. Maybe that's why your whole thing's loose. Okay, so that's going to end up going on there like that. I'm not going to tighten that up yet because I still have to fix that, don't I? I'd rather fix that first and then finish off with this. That way I don't have to Mickey Mouse around with that, because I have to get my screwdriver in there. And lucky for me, of course, I went to the store and I got extra ones of these because I was never sure when I would need it again. I got like 15 or 16 of these little screws. It took me a while to even find them. And I should have gotten more because I've already fixed quite a few of these on property this way. Put that in there. Put my screwdriver in there. And, oh, in fact, this is just about the right size to fit inside where the little hole was for the trim. And in fact, I don't even have to hold my screw, my crescent wrench on there, because it's fitting so perfectly in there. Wow, okay, cool. Goodbye crescent wrench. I guess I don't need to use the crescent wrench anymore. Okay, let's just keep her going here. Okay, see? This stuff is not rocket science we're doing here. Okay? It's easy things that you can do at home on your own. You do not have to call someone. You do not have to go and buy these. This one, even if I could have found this one, they used to have these years ago matched up at the Home Depot. But then I couldn't find them anymore. They changed to a different brand. And even when they did have them, just this little 2-footer was like $32 or something. Because it came from a little collection of things. They really do look nice. You can find this particular one. Okay, voila. Now, I'm done with this little project. Doesn't that look a lot better in a short few spans of a few minutes? I've got both of those fixed, and that looks better because now I have the trim pieces on the outside. When I put the towels back on here, you're not going to see the ones far end as easily as here. That's why I chose not to put the nuts on this end. Yeah, it took me a few minutes extra to undo the end on the other side and all that, but hey, that's way better than what there was before. Okay, there you go. You can do it. Now that I got that fixed, I was gonna do a few more things in here. And I've got a door right here that's sagging slightly. It's not rubbing at the top just yet, but I have just a small gap there. And when I push on the top of the door, I can see that that hinge is moving and it's loose. And I've got to figure that out. I want to get that thing tight and fixed. So if you want to watch that, keep sticking around and checking out my videos. I'm just finishing up this right here. And I'm not done until I put the towels back up here where they were before. And geez, I kind of forget. I think they were up at the top. I think they were up at the top like so. I may have to play the video back and see. I think they were like that. And then this one was folded over in the middle. Okay, there. Onward to my next project. Stick around and I'll show you what I do for this sagging door. Now, is there more than one way to fix a sagging door? Of course there is. And you've seen me fix sagging doors before, but you might learn something new if you check out this next video. That's all I have for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.